Welcome one and all to the Cine Geeks podcast, where movies, TV, and all things geek collide. I'm Angela, still joined by my co-host Troy.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast.
Of course, and hope everybody had a restful and very, spiritual undas.
Spiritual. Di ba naman Holy Week yung spiritual?
Oo nga, no? Kasi yung spirits
Sure. Naalala ko na naman yung sa Singapore tayo, yung sa MRT. Nakita tayong billboard dun yung It's Real to Us.
This is real to us.
This is real to us.
Diba? For today's episode, we'll be reviewing a mini-series whose season just finished. So we'll be doing a season review, so to speak. And that is Agatha All Along, starring Catherine Hahn, Aubrey Plaza, and Joe Locke. Yan.
Yes, but before we continue, we'd like to again remind everyone who hasn't done so to please subscribe to our podcast wherever you listen to podcasts like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Threads, Letterboxd, and X, aka Twitter, so you can join in on the fun. Also, visit our website, www.cinegeekspod.com, for the latest in movie and TV news and reviews.
And if you have questions, suggestions, and feedback, our email address is open, cinegeekspod@gmail.com. And you can also join us on our Facebook group called the Cinegeeks PHHQ, where you can interact with us and your fellow Cinegeeks. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about Agatha All Along. A spellbound Agatha Harkness regains freedom thanks to a teen's help. Intrigued by his plea, she embarks on the witch's road trials to reclaim her powers and discover the teen's motivations. Ooh. Okay, so, ang pagbabalik ni Agatha Harkness.
Yeah.
From 2021? Tama ba?
I think so.
WandaVision.
Yan.
So, originally, ang pangalan niya dun si Agnes.
Agnes.
And then, thanks to a now classic song, we knew na it was
Agatha All Along. It's been Agatha all along.
Diba? Yun eh. And of course, I mean, for our Cinegeek brethren na mas well-versed sa comic book lore, we all know na Agatha Harkness is a very well-known character in the Marvel universe.
Yes.
Being, of course, malapit siya dun sa parang history ni Agatha in the show. Pero, I mean, long story short, she's actually associated more with the Fantastic Four. Siya ang nanny or governess ni Franklin Richards.
Pero 'di ba ang pagkakaalam ko, mentor talaga siya ni
Wanda.
Scarlet Witch.
Oh, yeah, ito. She's trained the Scarlet Witch in the art of magic.
Yun
Yes.
yung
comic niya, origin.
Biography, yeah.
Yes. So, yeah. Huwag na natin patagalin pa. Ange, what did you think of Agatha All Along?
Unang-una, masasabi ko kay Agatha, she always leaves us with earworms. Every time na meron siyang may show siya. Every time she shows up in any Marvel IP, talagang meron siyang iconic song.
True.
And this season is not an exception because down, down, down the road. True. Diba? Alam mo hanggang ngayon, nasa tenga ko pa din siya. Naano ko pa din siya. Even that line lang. And syempre, that song was very important in her story. Hindi lang siya basta-bastang para lang merong earworm or meron lang catchy song.
So, hindi siya yung parang hindi siya parang yung Agatha All Along sa WandaVision. Although, important yun. Doon sa kwento. Kasi sobrang grabe yung biglang table flip nung show nung biglang lumabas yun eh. Kasi lahat naman tayo ng panahon na yun sa WandaVision. Siyempre, uhaw na uhaw tayo sa MCU noon.
Grabe, pandemic yun.
Pandemic era. Tapos, nag-overdrive lahat ng mga Fury brains natin. Nahulaan na natin lahat na, hoy, Agatha Harkness yan. Pero hindi natin expect na ganun yung reveal niya. Yung through that song. Pero tama ka na yung song dito, mas more impactful siya. Mas more, I don't think impactful is the right term. Mas more para siyang
Instrumental.
Yan, sige. Yes. Continue. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, the song is very important because everything revolves around this ballad.
Yes.
And ang ganda ng pagkakasulat ng writing team. Yung songwriting team. Sila yung gumawa ng Frozen.
Si Robert and Kristen
Anderson Lopez.
Actually, Robert Lopez and Kristen Anderson Lopez. Yan, silang mag-asawa.
Yes, sobrang galing talaga nilang gumawa ng kanta.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, yun nga it is the glue that binds all the episodes together, yung song.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi the ballad is really the story.
Yan.
Parang,
sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Of course,
bigyan muna natin ng parang konting backstory muna kung ano yung
Sorry, kasi yun talaga yung pinaka nag-stand out sa akin.
Of course, yung music talaga. And rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
Pero bigyan muna natin ng background yung Agatha All Along.
Okay.
So, mabilisan lang, we find Agatha. And we're gonna be talking about the season. So, these are full spoilers.
Yes.
Okay? So, if you haven't seen either one and sinusubaybayan nyo yung either the MCU, TV shows, or Only Murders in the Building, we suggest you stop listening first, watch them, and then come back. So, if you've seen them and finished, and you want to hear what we thought, then tuloy tayo. Okay. So, Agatha All Along, 3 years after the events of WandaVision.
So, Westview.
We find Agatha basically actually under the spell that she cast on the Scarlet Witch. So, parang tumalbog sa kanya. Kasi yun yung ending ng WandaVision. So, initially, sa first episode, makita natin na parang meron siyang true crime na palabas. Akala natin magiging parang WandaVision nga siya ulit yung style eh.
Yes.
Pero thankfully, biglang na-break agad yon, yung parang curse na yon. And then, she finds herself powerless. Kasi sinap ni Wanda yung powers niya.
Yes.
And then, out of the blue, this kid just appears. Tapos, gusto niyang makapunta dun sa road, the Witch's Road. Ito naman si Agatha, parang siyang, why me? So apparently, parang through legend or something, itong si teen, yan, yung bata, lumapit sa kanya, sabi na parang siya daw yung dapat lapitan in terms of parang finding the Witch's Road.
Yes. But she's the only one who survived.
Yes. Parang throughout history, there's been an urban legend na the Witch's Road has only been, there's only been one person through na nag-survive. And that was Agatha Harkness. Yan. And, yan. So we embark on this journey na apparently to go through the Witch's Road, kailangan niya ng coven. Yan. And so, ang dami niyang na-meet na mga
witches. Yes. And then, yun nga, we were introduced to these witches na comic characters din sila, di ba?
Let me just confirm. Pero sige, go ahead.
Alam ko si Jenny Cale, meron talaga siyang character talaga siya sa comic books. And I love how they cast these witches, yung coven. Sobrang galing ng casting niya. And ang ganda din ng pagkakatahe, still true and faithful to the witch or coven theme. Kasi I can actually compare this very closely to American Horror Story Coven. Also starring Patti LuPone, by the way.
Yes.
Pero yun nga, it's about sisterhood, it's about witchcraft, and alam mo yun, ang ganda ng pagkakagawa niya. You can actually forget that this is a Marvel IP with how good they portrayed or they depicted witchcraft and Wiccan culture here in this series. Talagang they did their research, they did their assignment.
Tsaka, sorry, fact check lang, tama ka, the Coven with Agatha here are comic book characters. Si Jenny Cale is a sorceress who is part of the cult of Zaheredna. Si Alice Wu Gulliver, pangalan niya sa comic si The Wu. Okay?
The Wu.
Tapos si Lilia Calderu is actually the witch queen of the Gypsies, the descendant of Cagliostro and half-niece of Baron Mordor. Holy shit. Wow. Okay, TIL. Pero grabing, wow. Di ba Cagliostro yun yung Book of Cagliostro, yung ginamit nila para maging zombie si Doctor Strange sa Multiverse of Madness?
Hindi ba yung yung The Book of the Dead?
Sige, yung you were saying about, I'll search about, ko lang dito, tuloy mo lang kasi sinabi mo na, yung casting was on point.
Yes.
Yan, yeah.
Actually, I am familiar with the work of Zahir Zameta from SNL, and I did not know how capable she was sa drama.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Aubrey Plaza, we all know Aubrey Plaza as, the darkly comic actress talaga. And this role was made for her. I don't wanna spoil this yet para sa mga hindi pa nakakapanood ng mga last few episodes. Pero grabe. Sobrang on point ng pagkakacast kay Aubrey Plaza dito. And Joe Lack also held his ground together with Catherine Hahn. Of course, Catherine Hahn. Actually, nakakatawa nga kasi Catherine Hahn and Aubrey Plaza were together in Parks and Rec.
Yes.
So they were reunited.
Oo, tama.
Meron nga parang publicity photo na or video na nakasalubong nila bigla kasi nagpo-promote din ng Inside Out 2 si Amy Poehler.
Oo. Alam ko parang di ba pumunta sila dun sa premiere ng Agatha All Along, si Amy Poehler tsaka si...
Paul Rudd ba?
Putik yung pangalan nito. Hindi, si Ben Wyatt.
Si Adam Scott.
Si Adam Scott, yun. Yun, oo.
Ayun lang. Natuwa lang ako kasi Parks and Rec fan here.
True.
Shout out sa mga Parks and Rec fan.
Speaking of TV, ganyan. Sige, if in a spoiler podcast, sige, we'll try to keep one secret a secret pa. Try to make or let our skinny geeks find out about it. Pero if they've made it this far, they already know who she is.
Yeah.
Diba? So, sabihin na ba natin?
Okay. Spoiler in 3, 2, 1.
Yan. She's death.
Death is
the physical manifestation of death.
And she's an actual character.
Oh, in the comics.
In the comics.
Yung crush ni Thanos girlfriend, ex-girlfriend ni Deadpool. Well, actually, in the comics at least.
Malaki yung role niya actually sa Infinity War.
Dapat. Infinity
supposedly.
Gauntlet.
Infinity
Gauntlet.
Tama.
Yan. Cagliostro. Book of Cagliostro yung ninakaw nila kay Sirius sa Doctor Strange 1.
Oh.
So grabe pala yung pedigree ni ni Lilia Calderu in the comic books. Pero, of course, I mean, kanina pa ba sila kukuha ng nila, ng parang these names and these characters that they can pattern after yung Coven. And yun nga, I'm glad na these are actual characters. Hindi yung parang gumawa naman sila na
made especially for the show lang.
Unlike another painful TV series from the Disney umbrella as well earlier this year.
Hindi ka pa rin maka-move on dun, no?
Sa
Acolyte. Sabi na Acolyte
sige,
na naman
I am going to invoke that show's legacy in a moment. Pero sa akin naman, I'll just start off by saying na I love this. I actually didn't have any expectations going into this.
Super duper same.
In this show. Yeah. Especially since ang last nating MCU TV series
Loki 2.
Loki pa ba?
Loki season 2, I think. Na maganda ha?
Hindi. Yung sabihin ko yung, well, I mean, sure. Pero sabihin ko yung the last show pa natin na, tama ka, Loki season 2 pa nga kasi yung what if we skipped that. Echo, who watched that? Pero, yun nga, Agatha All Along had parang an uphill battle. Pero, the great thing about this is, yun na nga, Catherine Hahn, of course, I mean, she was fantastic in WandaVision.
Oh, yes.
Sobrang grabe. Ang galing niya talaga doon.
Oo.
Even the casting of, sabing si Aubrey Plaza, in a Marvel, in an MCU TV show, kasi she already was part of a Marvel TV series.
Yes.
Which was Legion. Okay.
She had a similar character, by the way, doon. But she's not dead. But she's also parang somewhat similar, demented, darkly comic character.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oo. So parang yun na nag-peak ng interest natin. So, and then when this show was being promoted, may mga sinasabi na parang morsels na parang, importante yan sa WandaVision. Tingin pa rin kayo dyan. Okay. Yung simula niya was quite surprising kasi we all know how averse Marvel is when it comes to horror. The original Doctor Strange 2 concept was scrapped because it was too scary.
Talaga ba?
Yung original, hindi yung Multiverse of Madness.
Okay.
Yung kay Scott Derrickson.
Okay.
Tapos, yung, what do you call this? Yung Werewolf by Night. Sasabihin nila na, horror na yun . Pero, hindi siya parang part ng Marvel Horror Cosmic.
Okay.
It's, Marvel Special Presentation. So, parang siyang, it's a movie within the MCU. So, I don't want to count that. Pero yung first episode pa na right off the bat, na pinakilala tayo dun sa yung Salem 7, which are the witches apparently that Agatha had betrayed in her past. Sobrang napaka-unsettling ang unnerving nila.
Grabe. Parang napaka-skin-crawling nung nung depiction ng Salem 72. And by the way, they're also characters in the comics.
In the comic books, yes. Yeah. Yan. So, galing. Again, props to the writing team led by the great Jack Schaefer.
Yes.
Who created, again, WandaVision. Siya pa rin. So, ako, I mean, you all know na I hate horror films that rely on cheap jump scares. Talaga. Detest it with all my heart. Pero, I will give a pass to horror films that can make my skin crawl. Katulad nitong ganung ka-unnerving na sobrang unnatural nung galaw. Gusto ko yung yung kasi, di ba, andun sa may harap ng bahay ni Agatha sa Westview. Tapos may isang naglalakad lang. Tapos biglang naging pito sila bigla.
Ay,
oh God. Yeah. Tapos nung pumasok na sila kasi parang nag-uusap-usap sila, kailangan nilang buksan yung door to the road. Sila yung nakapagbukas muna. Wala pa si Teen. Yan. Tapos, biglang takbo si Teen pababa dun sa basement kung nasan yung door. Tapos sabi niya, we have to go. Kasi ando dun na sa Salem, yung Salem 7 sa bahay ni Agatha. Tapos yung isang shot nung yung parang mukhang nakashape talangka yung katawan ng isang Salem. Pababa nung hagdan.
Ganda.
Tapos biglang,
grabe.
Balik siya sa gitna. Tapos biglang kinugod niya bigla yung gitna ng camera. Parang, yay!
Nilabutan ako dun, gagi.
Woo! Galing. Yan. So, dun pa lang sold na.
Alam mo, merong isang scene din sa Smile 2 that reminded me of that Or the other way around. Hindi ko alam kung alin yung nauna kong papanood, pero yung Smile 2.
Smile 2, oo.
Parang ito yata yung una natin.
Huh? Ito?
Kasi early episode to
Wait nga. Oo, nauna to. Tama.
Tapos nakita natin to sa Smile 2 din na parang, oh shit!
Ay, no?
Salem 7.
Hindi lang yun, Salem 7 times 7 yun nandun sa Smile 2.
Pero ang creepy talaga nung ganun
Yun yung gusto kong ganong horror. Yung creep me out of my shoes. Hindi yung biglang, hindi yung ganon. Parang talagang unnerve me.
Yeah.
Yun. And it's the strength of this show that it's able to keep that unnerving quality up while still being true to the, ayoko sabing sanitized. Sabi natin family friendly. Yeah.
Well, I have an answer to that kasi isa sa mga nag-headline actually about Agatha all along was she is the first character in Marvel Cinematic Universe TV and movies to show her butt naked. As in butt-ass naked. Oo, di ba? Yung dun sa nung nagising na siya dun sa curse. Tapos she was naked dun sa Westview and then the neighbors are trying to cover her up. Pero tanggal siya ng tanggal.
So much for family friend.
Family friend. Her ass.
De, pero, I mean, family friendly in the sense na hindi pa rin siya, hindi gagawa ang Marvel ng long legs. Ganon. Yun yung ibig sabihin ko, siguro. Yung parang ganon.
They wrote it still with kids in mind naman.
With the general audience, kumbaga. Yun. And again, the show just is basically about these seemingly disparate Coven members parang just going through the road hoping to have their wishes granted. Yun. Some of them, they want their powers back. Others want something far more vague, like possibly resurrecting a...
They're looking for somebody.
Paano mo sasabihin resurrecting something that isn't alive? Technically. How do you... Well... What's the term to use?
It's not really a conventional wish. So to speak.
And that's where we get to the big secret of this show, which is the teen is eventually revealed to be Billy Maximoff.
Or Billy...
Wiccan.
No, iba yung name niya
Billy Kaplan.
Billy Kaplan.
Yun din pa na parang sobrang niyang comic accurate.
Yes. I appreciated that. Even the costume.
Kahit yung kung paano nagsimula yung existence ni Billy Maximoff, hindi nila kinalimutan na may Billy Kaplan muna. Yun. And Jack Schaefer, let's just go right ahead into talking about why this show works so well. Ang galing niya magsulat.
Yes.
Sobra. No?
I mean, she knows the property by heart, I think. I felt na she really was, alam mo yun, intimately in the know about the origins and the characters of these pieces that she's putting together.
Yes.
Kasi actually, hindi naman lahat parang sobrang connected sa comics Pero, parang they go well together. Parang it made sense. But she made it make sense in a way.
True.
And I really appreciated the accurate comic depictions of the costumes, especially kay Desden.
Galing nun.
Ang ganda nung pagkaka-makeup and yung prosthetic ni
Eventually,
Aubrey Plaza.
Yes, na prosthetics. Yung skull face ni Death.
And yung mismong, yung appearance ni Agatha Harkness, binalikan nila.
True.
Yung talagang comic book na she is an old woman. She's a crone, basically. And yan, sobrang appreciation goes to Jac Schaeffer talaga.
Alam mo yung, sige, and now let's go back to the Acolyte feedback. Sige, ito lang yung term na gamitin natin.
Okay.
We have said on the podcast how much we detest creatives who use existing IP as their
Sandbox?
Soapbox.
Oh, soapbox.
Yon, na ginagawa nilang soapbox to scream about their personal pet issues.
Sociopolitical statements.
Oo, laging ganon. And the worst of these offenders was the Acolyte. Kasi it basically just murdered character assassination of the Jedi.
Uh-oh.
Na we have had this established canon lore for decades na. Okay? And this is not fanboy speaking This is just someone who appreciates good storytelling. Ako. Yung tipong, yes, you can create a story that respects both canon and still parang allows you to say whatever the hell it is you want to say. To some extent, not all, to some lang naman. Yung Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it did it. Did it do it well? No. Not really. Pero at least, hindi niya dinisrespect yung fact na meron tayong US agent at meron tayong Captain America na Sam Wilson. Hindi siya yung parang nag-try na biglang gawing hero si Bucky. Yun nga ganun pa rin. Naging still true to their characterizations.
I mean, I would give it to Acolyte for being one of the worst. Pero is it really worse than Secret Invasion?
Secret Invasion is just bad writing period. Hindi talaga siya naintindihan nung nagsulat kung ano yung na yun. Wala, ni socio-political anything nga. Actually meron, pero para siyang it's the least of its problems. Oo. Pero the reason why I bring up Acolyte in talking about Agatha all along is, and again, I say this as an outside observer. I do not purport to speak for any minority community. Okay? I know my privilege and I try my best to keep it in check. Okay? Now, with that being said, Agatha all along, in my opinion, is one of the best depictions of the LGBTQ community in any fantasy IP recently.
And let me add, women empowerment.
And yun, women empowerment
yung girl power na hindi parang sobrang rubbed on your faces. Na sobrang on the nose na talagang, yeah, girl power, woo, Spice Girl, parang ganun.
Kasi dito, every single one of the coven was able to be depicted as a symbol of women empowerment. And
multifaceted sila. Hindi sila parang token casting or token characters.
Oo. Like, and si Billy Maximoff, I mean, we consume media and we want to keep an open mind. So we don't just consume, let's say, let's use the term, yung cisgendered media. We try to also imbibe.
Na-appreciate mo kaya yung BL.
Diba? Yung ganun. I mean, yung LGBT media. Okay?
NGL.
If it's done well, it works. And Billy's depiction here, base dun sa writing ni Jac Schaeffer, is one of the best depictions of LGBTQ in recent time. Counterpoint, that absolutely horrendous depiction nung kambal sa Acolyte. And yung parang pagiging contrarian lang talaga.
Yung tribe nila.
Na parang kaya lang
masyadong shoehorned din, no?
So apparently the Jedi were bad because they detected that these children were force sensitive, and as the Jedi are wont to do, base dun sa lore and history nila, tatanungin nila kung pwede bang ampunin. Ngayon, ang sagot ni Acolyte, basically, is dahil hindi pwedeng i-train nila yung mga bata Jedi are bad because they're not women? Or not all of parang...
Or not, they're not men.
Oo.
Or they're too mercurial and
It's so weird. Yung talagang parang alam mo yung nawala na yung pagiging Star Wars niya. Nawala pa yung pagiging socio-political niya. It ended up absolutely pleasing nobody. Except for those talagang yung mga naghahanap ng definition sa personality nila na pagdikit sa isang TV show. Yung mga, hindi, pagtatanggol ko yung acolyte because that's who I am. Huh?
The funny thing about Agatha all along was ako initially coming in, I did not think that we needed this show. Na parang para sa akin, do we need an Agatha show to add to, yung overarching storyline ng Marvel moving forward? Kasi kung tutuusin dapat mas importante yung Secret Invasion. Papunta doon sa Secret Wars, di ba? Papunta doon sa Avengers, yung kay Doctor Doom. Dapat mas importante yon, di ba? Pero in hindsight, I am proven wrong and I'm so glad to be proven wrong na, oh wow, parang I was pleasantly surprised na sobrang ganda nitong Agatha all along. It really developed the previous series kung saan siya na spin-off of yung WandaVision, na enrich niya yon and it improved rewatchability for both shows.
Oo, at saka yung fact na it's still trying to build a foundation for Young Avengers. Kasi meron na tayong
Wiccan,
may si Wiccan, ito si Billy Maximoff, tapos eventually magkakaroon tayo ng Tommy Maximoff. Okay? Tapos andito na tapos of course we have the young Black Widow, si Yelena. Tapos si Hawkeye na bago,
si Hailey
Kate Bishop.
Hailey Steinfeld.
And may Shang-Chi tayo. Tapos yun na nga we know where the future of the MCU is going. So I absolutely appreciate it that Jack Schaefer and her writing team, of course with the guidance of Kevin Feige, were able to come up with a story, a show na hindi nagsasuffer from the usual ills of a Marvel TV show sa Disney Plus, which is yung kailangan nakakabit siya to something na hindi mo siya maintindihan nang wala yung yon. This can stand on its own.
Yes,
this story.
yes.
Pero it also continues, adds to what we already know.
Yeah. Yun nga yung pinaka-na-appreciate ko dito kasi parang it's an entirely different universe. Kasi meron na tayong yung original Avengers, di ba? Yung mga superhero, superpowered. Meron tayong yung Defenders. Tapos meron tayong Guardians, yung mga Cosmic, yung Eternals. Tapos as of late, yung parang mga spin-offs na nung mga original na mga Avengers, yung mga Young Avengers nga, like the TV shows. Pero ito, it's an entirely new thing offered by Marvel to new fans actually. Talagang ibang-iba siya. It's, of course, medyo connected siya sa halimbawa sa... Actually, is it different or is it the same? Kasi sorcery yung kay Doctor Strange, di ba? Sorcerer siya.
Sorcerer siya, witchcraft ito. So, magkaiba.
Magkaiba, di ba?
Ibang
iba
corners.
Iba yung rules, iba yung dynamics. Iba. So, sobrang interesting for me. Especially after yung mga sunod-sunod na letdown ng mga TV shows. Like yun ngang Secret Invasion.
She-Hulk.
Tapos iba din yung universe na inoffer ng Loki. Season 1 and Season 2 yung TVA. So, ang natuwa ako, I was pleasantly surprised. I was not expecting anything from Agatha all along. Pero, ang ganda niya. And ako personally, parang naging curious tuloy ako sa tarot and witchcraft after watching it.
Hey, why not? I mean, ako naman, sige, just siguro in closing and then we'll reveal our rating. Yung nga, the Marvel TV shows have been hit or miss. Sadly, more miss than hit as of late. Pero, ma-attribute mo pa rin to kasi doon sa previous regime ng Disney. Doon sa mga daming mga sobrang parang hindi magkakakonek-konek na mga show. Yung pinagagawa ni Bob Chapek. Pero buti na lang bumalik si Bob Iger and course corrected along with Feige. So ngayon meron tayong focus. I can say definitely that Agatha all along is one of the top 3 Marvel TV shows so far.
Completely agree.
Ako first, for me, syempre Loki pa rin. By a mile, number 1. And then there's WandaVision. Okay. Actually, top 4 pala. Sige, sorry. Top 1, then WandaVision. Yung number 2. And then, there's this. Itong Agatha all along. And then top 4, Moon Knight.
Sabi
Yes.
na eh.
Yan.
Wala ka
So,
man top 5?
Yung siguro,
Ano ba yung mga susunod?
siguro yung first season ng What If. Sige, fine. Bigyan natin isa.
Patingin nga ako ng mga susunod.
Ito, yung Spider-Man na cartoon.
Ito yung nabangan ko. Yung Daredevil.
Woo, yes. Pero itong Ironheart, gagawin pa rin nila. I mean, sure. Okay, fine. Okay.
Para malay mo, we may be pleasantly surprised as well.
Na ano na rin, naayos na rin nila.
Kasi yung Agatha all along, wala talaga akong ano.
Kasi yung kay Ironheart kasi yung pagkakasaksak niya dun sa Wakanda na yung sa Black Panther ko, parang kailangan ba natin to? Pwede bang tapos, God,
pero yun nga
Wakanda can of worms.
Yung kay Agatha naman, she was just a catchy song.
Well,
actually, di ba?
Sure. Sige, fine.
He was a side character, pero look how she surprised us with this show, di ba? So, sino bang, showrunner niyan? Ng Ironheart?
Chinaka Hodge.
Okay.
Not looking good, pero sure.
Okay, sige. I mean, let's just cross that bridge when we get there.
Yes, let's cross that bridge when we get there.
Pero, ayun nga. So, let's just reveal now our rating.
Yes. Agatha All Along is a solid A.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you love the MCU, don't miss this very important chapter in the continuing story of, saan ba tayo? Currently, the multiverse saga na ba?
Multiverse pa rin ba?
I mean,
di ba nga
sure.
nag-pivot na?
Hindi, nasa multiverse pa rin tayo.
Okay.
I mean,
how are they gonna close this? I wonder.
Ako sa akin, gusto ko lang makita si Agatha Harkness na makita yung Fantastic Four. Yan. Gusto ko lang siyang maging nanny ni Franklin Richards. Yun lang. Bigay lang sa akin ni Feige yun na maging siya lang yung governess ng mga anak ni Reed Richards tsaka ni Sue Storm. I'll be happy.
Okay.
Yun.
Okay.
Yan. So that's it for our episode talking about Agatha All Along. If you've seen the show, please share with us what you thought about it. We'd love to hear from you. Comment it on our social media accounts or down below on our Spotify episode page.
Down below.
Down the page.
Down the comment section.
Episode page. Okay.
Don't forget to set your players to automatically download our new episodes so you don't miss out on our fun Cine Geek conversations. And while you're at it, give us a 5-star rating on Spotify and Apple Podcasts if you had fun or learned something new during this episode.
As always, the studio and distributor of the show were not given any creative control or editorial approval of this episode. They are hearing our review for the first time, same as you are.
For my co-host Troy, this has been Angela. Thank you for listening to the Cine Geeks podcast, where movies, TV, and all things geek collide.